Yo, what a weekend. Man, like this was by far the best combine that I think I've ever witnessed. From the coverage to the athletes to even really what the Cowboys need. Now, there was a lot of Cowboys news, but I'm not gonna get caught up in all that. I'll talk about a little bit of it on the back end, but you guys know me. I'm team builder guy. I'm draft guy. And at the end of the day, this is my lane. This is my bag. And I was thoroughly impressed from guys like Jordan Davis. Just the way that he moved his 40, what was the 4.78? It was crazy. To Lewis Singh running that 4.41. To, that's just a guy who now we need to go back and look at him and say, is he safety too? It was between him and Jalen Petrie from Baylor, who also had a really good workout. From guys like Troy Anderson, somebody who I've given to the Cowboys in one of my mocks. He does what? He goes out and runs a faster 40 than Traylon Burks. You guys see what I mean about the explosiveness? And this is why I was kind of slow to kind of jump on the Burks bandwagon. And let's hold on, let's not call him Debo just yet, because there are some really explosive athletes, in this draft cycle. All you've heard is that it's not really a talented draft, and this, that, and the third. And then you go out and you see guys like Chris Olave, who I've been very high. Him and Garrett Wilson are two athletes I've been high on for a long time. Even the backups at Ohio State, they will eventually get drafted at some point. And what did Garrett Wilson do? Go out and turn the party up. What did the kid from Baylor just hold? They just might as well be a track team. I thought that all those receivers looked good. I thought that the interior linemen looked good in the way that they worked out. It was funny. I'm so high on Devin Lloyd, and I thought that he didn't really work out that great compared to guys like Troy Anderson, who's new to the position, but in space, he just looks so natural. So you better believe that he will be on the Cowboys' radar to kind of pair with Micah Parsons. But this combine cycle was good, guys. I got a 5-round mock, and I don't want to get too. It's gonna be kind of a recap, but I also don't want to go too crazy because I have my positional rankings coming out here throughout the next weeks. We finally have all the information. I'm gonna go back, rewatch the combine, get all the notes. But Monday morning, I want to give you guys something to have throughout the week. And listen, this might be a name that's familiar, but the middle of this mock will not be. And I changed some things up based on the on-field and based on some other things that I noticed throughout these workouts. But all in all, the NFL did a great production, and the combine is now, even having the fans in there, the combine is now a moneymaker. All right, guys, 3 minutes in. Pick 24, guys. I'm still going Tyler Linderbaum. It's either going to be him or Kenyon Green for me. I'm not going to change on that. Now, I think that Dallas will be in the market for a receiver. I just think that that's not smart. Even if you do lose Amari Cooper, you still get a chance to get, to me, the best interior lineman is Tyler Linderbaum. I'm not worried about his size. That was kind of the concern. I'm not worried about that at all. The guy is a football player. You could tell he means business. You could tell he's just that Zach Martin. He's from that Zach Martin family tree.
Yeah, I just think, being a high offensive lineman in general, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders. The team relies on you guys a lot, and I think that's just the biggest thing. At the end of the day, we have to perform to make that program run, and obviously having Coach Ferentz there watching us, and having his expertise, and then I was around great coaches in the O line. Obviously, Coach Paulsek ended up leaving, and another great coach came in. Coach Barnett has been tremendous. This first year, just developing players and growing them, and he was tremendous into my last year. So, yeah, just listening to them and understanding that those are the guys with the answers. Those are the guys that know what they're talking about. So just being coachable and listening to them is important.
You can make some things happen in guard because he will stonewall guys. His feet quickness. But I just think that you add him to this roster, now you're able to run the ball. He can pull as a center, snap and get out and pull. He does a lot of good things. He could be your quarterback for that offensive line along with Zach Martin, and whatever you get out of Tyron Smith, you still have Steele, who is a really good run blocker. So now you can get back to doing some things in the run game. Now this is a different one, guys. Pick 56, Darian Beavers, Cincinnati. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Y'all like my personal, my homemade sound effects. This guy worked out well. Now, he didn't run a 40, But for him to be 6'4", I went back and looked at the tackling production, and I really looked and watched, and he blitzes on the edge. He plays in the middle of the defense, and he was sideline to sideline, guys. Like, his movement, he didn't have stiff hips. I had to say, hold on. I got to go watch this guy work out, man. And I mean, I got to go rewatch his film. Now, I remember him from the bowl game. He was kind of like their only backer that was really able to step up in that Georgia game. But, dog, Beavers, man, and listen, Troy Anderson could be the pick here. Christian Harris, man, he blew this one. Recapping this thing, Christian Harris blew this combine wide open, y'all, with that 4.41. Like I said, when you get all these guys together, it starts to look goofy. I love Devin Lloyd, but these other linebackers can move, man. And the thing is, guys, you pair him with Micah Parsons, your defense starts to look different. It starts to look more gritty. You pair him with Dan Quinn, and he'll have a plan. Because like I said, he came off the edge a lot, but he also played in the middle of that defense and was able to read his keys and step and fill. So I like this pick in Darian Beavers in the second round. I also think he'll be there. Now, first, you going back to the well for a Cincinnati athlete? Yes, I am. We're going receiver in the third round. All right, this guy, Alec Pierce, listen, you're going to move on from Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb is a great player. Michael Gallup is a great player. I'm not going to get into the whole bashing of these guys because I love Coop. You got to move on, and that's just the facts. You come and you throw Alec Pierce on this field. He can stretch the defense. He's fast. He ran that 4.33. I like this athlete a lot. If you have an injury, he can come in and be a 1, but I like him in a slot. I like him if you want a play action and just have him run down the field. He's a little faster than Cedric Wilson. Injuries are going to happen. Michael Gallup has been injured a lot, so you don't know what you're going to get. I think this guy can come in right now and give you some production. He was pretty much Cincinnati's only real weapon. So in the third round, I think that he would be a steal. He lit the combine on fire. Routes are good. He stems at the top of his routes really well. He has really good hips. I like Alec Pierce a lot. This is where we really start to eat in this draft, okay? Pick 126, guys. I went Nick Cross from Maryland. This is a player who I followed for a long time. He came right in, checked all the boxes, 4.3 athlete, is a heat-seeking missile. All right, he just is, man. And these Maryland athletes, every year they have one or two that just come in the league and are ready to go. I think that Nick Cross could come in, and if you do lose your safeties, you don't know which safeties you're going to lose. I don't think that you're going to lose J-Ron Curse. Hey, but you may lose DeMonte KC. I think that Nick Cross could come in and help you. Now, if you get Hooker back, and you know they'll have to compete. But Nick Cross would, if he's hanging around the fourth round, which for my money, maybe he is, maybe isn't. He inserted himself into that top safety role. Not top safety, but second tier safety. Petrie is going to be, second safety on the board, maybe seen. But what we've seen with safeties, guys, is they get forgotten about. Like after Kyle Hamilton, there might not be a safety call to like the mid-second round. It just happens like that. Brisker, I thought that Nick Cross honestly worked out better than Brisker. And I think that he looks better than Brisker on film. He flies around more. Maryland just didn't have the team that Penn State had. They didn't have the defense that Penn State had. But I think that, Nick Cross could come in and help you. If he's not a starter, he could come in and give you reps. And if there's an injury, he could step right in. All right, guys, then I went Josh Rivas. I think that in the fifth round, pick 165, I went Josh Rivas. I think that you do have to address guard. But you need to get a steal. Maybe it's one of these tackles. I'm not married to Josh Rivas. Maybe it's one of these tackles who is probably better playing in a phone booth. But like I said, when I have Tyler Linderbaum, I'm good because he's going to make my guard look better than what he is. He's just that good of an athlete. Okay, so I want Josh Rivas. I like the player from K-State. Physical, get his hands on you. The feet aren't great, but when he's playing forward, he's really, really good. And then this is my pick of the draft, guys. Pick 178. I went Abram Smith. Now, another athlete who Baylor asked him to play linebacker his whole career, and in his senior year, they just switched him to running back, and he is a freaking bowling ball. I think that Dallas needs some contrast to Tony Pollard. I do believe that this is Zeke's last year, and I think that you need to look at a running back and start looking at the future. I think that if somebody gets hurt, you need another guy outside of Pollard who can come and run. These guys outside of Pollard and Zeke aren't great. They just aren't. Like, Clemens, the whole no. Get you a guy in Abram Smith who, from all he did was come in and rush for like 1,600 yards his first year playing back, and he was a linebacker his whole career. Physical running back, built nice, worked out well at the combine. That's a guy who I'm saying, hey, bring him in the 5th round. There's no pressure, but he can be a bowling ball and he can come downhill. All right, Cowboys fans, it's your boy Foots. This is my 5-round mock. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just some athletes that I think that can help the Cowboys right now. And I think that, whatever you want to do, whatever athletes, when you guys are doing your mocks, just keep in mind this information that we got, man, because it told us a lot. The workouts, like I tell people, the hips, the way these guys change directions, it means something. And then think about the guys who didn't work out and who didn't want to compete. I like the way Malik Willis threw the ball. Honestly, the whole combine, you guys can tell, just has me on fire. So it's your boy Foots. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe. Keep growing. Positional rankings coming soon. Peace.